so hard to believe that we're entering our 10th week in this season of social distancing, and that we haven't met in our building at Highway 30 and Main Street since March. But we have continued to gather to worship and to support one another, and it's been awesome, especially seeing the ways new folks from our community and across even state lines have become involved with us. Now, I'd like to share an update from our leadership council and our pastoral team as to our plans for Renew. Because I bet, like me, some of you are beginning to feel some real fatigue. You know, these weeks have become long, and there are a lot of realities that contribute to that sense of exhaustion that we're feeling. And I just want to speak to two of them today. The first one is we're living in what's been called the danger zone. No, not like that. The danger zone is a reference to the gap between when businesses around us begin to reopen and when we're able to see the effect of that increased movement in our community. And the reason it's been given that name is because it's a moment when, frankly, we don't know what we're going to see. We do know that social distancing has been working to suppress the spread, and time will tell what will come in the days before us. But we do know one thing, and that is that Iowa has not yet hit its peak in confirmed cases, with approximately 120 new ones reported in only the last 2 days in Carroll and Crawford County. Now, while many businesses reopened today, and we don't fault them for that, nor do we look sideways at those who choose to go out and shop, we don't believe it's wise to meet in our physical space yet. And among the reasons are the size of our sanctuary, the close proximity limitations, the lack of ventilation and airflow, and the reality that singing has been well documented as particularly problematic because of the air you're breathing out and the deep breathing in, which can lead to increased risk. And these concerns are common to all churches, though we respect the choice of other congregations to make the decisions they deem best for themselves. It seems best to us that the right thing to do for Renew in this danger zone is to wait and see. And this is not a passive move, it's a proactive choice until we know the numbers in our area are decreasing. Here's the second reason we're exhausted. Because it's like we all moved, but we didn't go anywhere. Let me explain. I think this moment is as disorienting as moving to a new place where we find ourselves learning all over again how to get around, where to find what we need, and that's exhausting. Have you ever moved? It's like you need a whole season to recover, and then life just moves at a different pace while you find your footing all over again. And here we are, all of us, in a new place, but the scenery hasn't changed. Everything is new, it's different, but we can still see and taste and touch the way we operated 10 weeks ago, and that is exhausting. It may feel like you've been living out of a suitcase for 10 weeks, and you just want to be back home. Me too. And I believe the solution to that sense of displacement is to take intentional, measured steps toward a goal. So what's our plan? What will we do for the next 2 weeks? Well, first, we're going to watch the numbers. Our leadership wants to see the numbers of confirmed cases trending downward in our area before we begin to gather physically. And to gather earlier than that would be to risk opening our people up to a threat we can't even reasonably size up. Second thing we can do, we'll continue to live missionally. We can pray for, support, and encourage friends and family members, remembering that our calling to share the love and grace of Jesus hasn't quit. So invite them to a service, share what's been helping you through, encourage them, reach out just to say hi, and don't text them, use the phone, let them hear your voice. And the third thing we can do, we'll prepare for a phase 1 reopening. Now, we've been discussing 2 opportunities to fight isolation and to get face-to-face responsibly. Community gatherings in the open air space behind our building, and gatherings of 2 to 3 families at a time in homes for a meal and conversation so we can grow together and keep building friendships. Currently, we're looking for people who can sew handmade face masks for adults and children, and because we'd like to have one for every person in the church. So if you or someone you know has this gift, please reach out to me. Friends, I really believe that we're going to come through this season stronger than ever as a church, fighting way above its weight class. And I'm not talking about the institution known as Renew Covenant Church. I'm talking about you and me together. In the meantime, please reach out to any of our pastors because we're here for you, really. Grace and peace.